This is the first video of a 4-part series about installing and setting up an Amiga Workbench installation in WinUAE. In this video, I'll show you how to format a hard drive image, install a Workbench, and install patches and other useful software. I've tried to keep command line usage to a minimum. Most of what needs to be done is with Workbench scripts or a text editor. All you need is a copy of Workbench 1.3 and the installer pack from the link below, which is the same for all of these videos. Let's begin. You have a choice between a hard file and a directory for the main drive. To use the hard file for Workbench 1.3, you'll need to format it in Workbench 2.1. Set an Amiga 3000 in the Quick Start and insert the Workbench 2.1 install disk. Go to CD and hard drives and click Add Hard File. Type the size of the hard file you want here and click on Sparse File and Dynamic HDF over here. Then click Create and save it. Click on Full Drive /RDB mode as well. Now you can start the emulation. Open the Install 2.1 disk and open the HD Tools drawer. Click on HD Toolbox and open the menu bar by holding right-click and select Information under the Icons menu. Click the New Tool Type button. Type in SCSI device name equals UAEHF.device and hit return and then click Save. You can now open HD Toolbox. Click Change Drive Type and then define New Drive Type, then Read Configuration from Drive. Click on the drive and click OK. Click Partition Drive. It always sets up two partitions on the drive, so click on the rightmost partition and click Delete Partition. Then click and hold on the arrow and drag it all the way to the right. Then delete the U letter here and click OK. Save changes to the drive, and now you can reboot by hitting Ctrl Insert Home on a PC keyboard. Click on the DH0 NDOS disk and go up to the menu bar and select Format Disk under Icons. Change the name of the disk to Workbench and click Quick Format. Restart WinUAE completely and select an Amiga 500 for the model. I like to base it on a 1.3 ROM ECS Agnes 1 MB chip RAM configuration. Under ROM, you should select New UAE 128K Direct. Under RAM, increase the Z2 fast to 8 MB. Under floppy drives, turn all the drives on. If you're using a hard file, click Add Hard File and add it up here. If you want to use a directory on your PC instead of a hard file, you should set the device name to DH0 and the volume label to Workbench. Regardless, you'll need another shared directory to use the setup pack, so set the device name for that to DH1 and the volume label to whatever you want. Select the directory where the setup pack was extracted to and unset the bootable flag. Go to Miscellaneous and click on Clipboard Sharing. It may or may not work in 1.3. Then go to Configuration and save the configuration. Now go to the floppy drives and insert the Workbench 1.3 boot and extras disks. Click Start and it'll boot. Double-click the Workbench 1.3 disk. Double-click the shell icon to open the command line. I'm moving it up to the top and making it fill the screen, but it's not necessary. Workbench 1.3 is meant to be used with floppies, and so there's no installer program. To install it, you have to copy everything to the hard drive. Type copy df0 dh0 clone all. It'll copy everything from the boot disk over to the hard drive. Now type df1 dh0 clone all. It'll copy everything from the extras disk over to the hard drive. Now type df0 pound $.info dh0 clone. This copies some icon files over that might have gotten clobbered by the copy from the extras disk. Finally, type df1 disk.info dh1 clone. This copies an icon file for the shared directory. Now, hit F12, eject the disk from the floppy drives, and click Reset. Open the Workbench drive. The icons will be a mess, and you might not like the window placement. Move the window where you want it to be. Move the icons where you want them to be. Now hold Shift and click on each of the icons to select them. Select Snapshot from the special menu to save the icon positions. Click the Workbench disk icon and do it again to save the window position. Now you'll need to open the shell again. Type cd dh1/wb1.3. Type lha_e138.run ram. Enter A here. Type ncli to close the shell. Open the shared drive and the 1.3 installers drawer. Run the 01-initial script. Now you can reset. Go back to the installers drawer and run the second script. Now open the tools drawer on your Workbench drive. Move the Emacs icon and snapshot it. Open the RAM disk and go into the REdit drawer. Drag REdit to the tools drawer. You'll now have a usable text editor. Now open the ARP13 drawer and open ARP install. Click Continue and Yes when prompted, and hit Enter when it asks for install paths. Click No to the shell install. Now open REdit. Open up the S drawer and open the startup sequence file. Type C:"zoom daemon after the load at WB line and save it, then restart. At this point, you'll have improved Amiga DOS commands and a maximize-minimize gadget. Run the 03-wbdocs script. Open REdit and then open the startup sequence again. Right here, add stack 8000 and run nil wbdoc s wbdoc.config. Save it and reset. Now you have a dock. To configure it, you click this thing on the left side of it, and then go up to Preferences at the top. You can click Add to add a program. Here you should go to the Tools drawer and add REdit. To change the order, you use the up and down buttons. To remove stuff, hit Remove. I'm removing Notepad because it's awful. Now you can save. Now hit F12 and load the W shell disk in a floppy drive. Load the shell and type df0 install-w shell to install it. Cancel when it can't find nvark. Type ncli, then open REdit and open the startup sequence again. Before load WB, type copy senv/env quiet. Then assign con remove. Then cdhops con pip. Finally, cfcomp. Save it. Also, open the Workbench drive, select the shell icon, and select Info under the Workbench menu. Click Default Tool and change it to C New WSH. Hit Enter and save. Now eject the disk and reset. Your shell now has a close gadget and tab completion. Now run the 04-viewer script. Open the RAM disk, the Amiga Guide drawer, and then the AGV34 drawer. Open Install Amiga Guide. Type Y for this. Move the Amiga Guide drawer and open the Rec Tools drawer. Open Install and the Workbench 1.3 installer. Type Y here. Go back to REdit and open the startup sequence again. Type in C RT-patch before the W shell stuff. Save and reset again. Next up is Icon Master. It's an icon editor with a giant icon. You can put it in your tools drawer or something if you want to use it. Then there's the 06-icon script. That extracts some icons to the RAM disk. It also extracts an icon for the RAM disk to the hard drive, which you can set to load on boot. To do that, edit the startup sequence and put copy s ramdisk.info, ramdisk.info clone here. There's also the 07-setIcon script, which will set icons for the hard drive icons. You can edit the script to change the icons of copies. If you reset again, you'll have other icons, even though you might have to snapshot them. The final script is the 08-simgen script. You can get Workbench backgrounds with this. A number of example backgrounds are included with it. Go to REdit and open the RAM disk, run back, and open the README. Go down to the bottom and select this section with the mouse, and then copy it from the Edit menu. Next, open Mount List in the devs volume. Go down to the bottom, hit return, and paste there. Save it and open the startup sequence again. Note the example backgrounds that have been copied in the S drawer. Type mount null here. Type runback csimgen. If you have smaller images that you want to tile on the screen, type -t. Then you type the images you want to use. It will randomly choose an image from the ones provided. Save and reset. You now have desktop backgrounds and other nice programs installed. The next video in this series shows how to do this, but for Workbench 2.1. If you like this, subscribe to my channel, as I've got at least one more installation tutorial video coming up, and see you next time.